Look at this volatility that's reacting the vote counting of the US election. So huge volatility pickup during this session here. And also look at the levels that I talked about on yesterday's video. So that's the support level at around 3220 and also the target or the resistance level at 3400. So look at how the price actually interact with these levels. So that actually including one of the trade that I'm going to show you in the trade review section. So it's so interesting to see the key levels that actually play out very well and actually how the price actually respected the levels. So do watch out for the market outlook section where I will elaborate a bit more on the current market condition. Hi, my name is Ming Jong and welcome to another episode of the daily market analysis for the S&P 500 E-mini futures for the session of 4th of November. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the market recap from yesterday's session and also going to show you one trade review that I did in the 3 minutes time frame, which I will include the entry, the exits, and also the rationale behind. And going forward, I will also be sharing with you my trading plan together with the levels that I'm watching for the session later. Alright, so let's just get started. So as you can see in this hourly chart as I showed you earlier on, the levels has been played out very well, and I'm going to show you one of the trade that happened right there, and that's leverage on the breakout and also the support level as well. So first of all, let me get down to the daily time frame and let's just start from there. So as you can see in the daily chart, yesterday was very bullish. So we have an up day, and that's right after that I talk about the shortening of the downward thrust with the slowing of the volume, and together with some of the greatest rally that we have ever seen, followed by a relatively shallow reaction. And that actually propelled the price forwards like we see it right now for the yesterday's session here. And going forward, you can see that volatility actually picked up a lot during the vote counting for the US election. However, that's actually about 100 points. So definitely I think is slightly less than the election session in 2016. However, counting is still ongoing, so volatility is still ongoing at the moment, so we can't really just jump to the conclusion right now. But anyway, let me get down to the hourly time frame and let's talk about what's happening yesterday. So yesterday video, I think I'm somewhere around here while the S&P 500 is just breaking out from this key level at 3320. And I mentioned that all I want to see for the bullish scenario is the commitment above the key level at 3320 and followed by a test or the shadow type of the reaction. So there we go. So here is the breakout and then followed by a relatively shallow type of the reaction, which is a relatively bullish character in itself. And hence, subsequently, we see that during the US opening session at about 10:30 p.m. In my time zone, we see the continuation to the upside. However, we see that there is a reaction somewhere around 3380, and eventually it just kind of closed around 3360, which is I think is the mid-level that I'm watching. So 3360 is just one of the mid-level that I'm watching. And prior to that, during the glowback session, we see a relatively good rally up and then very tight consolidation before the breakout happened during the European London session. So overall, it does actually pose a very great trading opportunities to trade this kind of the trend continuation. So if you take this as a structure, here's a breakout and then pullback, continuation to the upside. So let me get to the 3 minutes time frame and let's do a quick review for one of the trade, actually the only trade that I took yesterday. So as you can see that I have already marked this up. So before I just jump in, let me just give you a bit of the context. So just prior to the US opening session, we have this resistance level at 33.20. So prior to that, the price is still kind of struggle to break above, but you can see that this reaction is a bit different. So unlike the past that we have ever seen, we have a greater reaction to the downside. So this type of the shallow reaction actually is a relatively bullish corrector, and subsequently I actually just break out at about 4:30 p.m. at my time zone and continue to go to the upside for quite a while. And subsequently you can see that the pullback or the reaction right after this breakout, the breakout session, actually is very shallow, and with the grinding down action is very bullish in nature. And another thing that worth to know is take a look at this immediate support level at 33.20. So the pullback right there actually just hold above the support level. It didn't really touch this, so it's very shallow type of the pullback. And eventually I just take this opportunity to ride on this trend continuation to the upside. So the context is to leverage on this breakout, pullback, and continuation to the upside. Alright, so let me just walk you through the actual entry. So you can see that it's in a down sloping range. So this is a down sloping range as a pullback to test this breakout. So my entry is right after the spring type of the action or the false breakout. So if you look at it as a horizontal type of view, so this is the immediate support level. So there is a one bar just coming below and then follow by the next bar as a confirmation as a reversal bar. So this type of a spring trade or the false breakout trade actually pose a very good entry. So we can see that every time that we have this kind of the false breakout, then the S&P recover. So if we just draw this up again, so false breakout, recover. So here it goes again, false breakout, and a recover. And this is relatively important because the context is this down sloping range as a pullback is actually as a test of this breakout session. So I just bet on the continuation to the upside. Of course, maybe it can just fail right at this resistance or even here as well. But we just have to manage the risk and the trade accordingly. So here I just take my chance. Let me just zoom in a bit. Okay. So you can see that here I just enter my long entry right after the close of this reversal bar. So the first two bar actually just try to push the price down, but eventually just create a false type of the breakout and then followed by this reversal bar. So subsequently, right after I place my long entry, I just put a stop few points below the swing low and eventually just ride a trade up. And actually right at this breakout moment, I'm still thinking that I would like to add on or scale in some more because I just anticipate some kind of the pullback will happen, whether it's like something like going up, take this as a breakout point and I have a pullback, reversal, then continuation, or take the previous swing high as a breakout point right here with some kind of the decent pullback and then reversal up. But actually it didn't really happen, so I just did not have chance to scale in. So the only pullback, and also this is a one bar pullback, is actually happened right at this higher low here. So for me, I think that it has run up too much and actually just hits the resistance level at around 33.60, which is the level that I'm watching. So I just a bit hesitant to scale in my position right there. Otherwise, I think this is certainly can be another scale in trade right there, or even at the breakout as well. So overall, I think this actually yielded a very good reward to risk ratio. As you can see it here, that's around 4.4. So seldom has this kind of the reward to risk ratio, at least for me. So definitely is a profitable trade for me. And subsequently, you can see that right after it actually hits this 3380, we have some kind of the reaction, but it didn't really take us too far. In fact, it just kind of consolidate right there and then have a breakdown and then eventually slowly going down. But eventually it just recover near the high as well, apart from the last 3-bar sell-off. So overall, that's how I actually trade this type of the continuation to the upside based on the breakout, pullback, and reversal to ride on this the uptrend. So let me just get back to the hourly time frame and let's talk about the current market condition. So during this Globex period, or right now, from the Asian session throughout the current European London session is very, very interesting. So I can just show you a very quick levels. So if you still recall in my video yesterday, I definitely talk about 3400 level. So this is a relatively big level because we have quite a few touches as a support, and then once it's break down, come back to have a test. So definitely a very valid level, somewhere around 3400. And look at the price just reject from this level. So take a look at these two rejection tail. And also I mentioned that the key levels or the key support level is around 3320. We need to see commitment to the upside when the price can actually stay above. So you can see that right after the breakout happened yesterday, so that's the breakout, we have a very shallow type of a pullback, even did not actually go back to test the resistance, now turn the support level and continue to the upside. And look at the volatility during the session in Asian and also the European time zone. So you can see that there is quite a few demand tail. So one right here and the other is just happened last hour as well. So that actually just shows that the level is working. So even during this type of the super volatile session, and the technical levels is still working. So that's why I think it's very important, and I told you yesterday in my video that we just need to prepare and mark up the levels so we can just to plan accordingly whether the price can react from the levels that we're watching, right? For example, maybe some kind of the short entry in the 5 minutes time frame or the lower time frame in your trading time frame, or even some kind of the rebound showing the reversal in the lower time frame. So I think it's very interesting to see how this level actually play out even during this vote counting session for the US election. So the real volatility actually pick up somewhere around let me see, I think it's around 10 a.m. or actually it's about 8 a.m. in the morning. So you can see this big bearish bar, so that definitely reflected in the volume as well. So apart from the price, the spread, we can see big bearish bar, and then long tail, long demand tail right here. That's about 10 a.m. in my time zone. So definitely there are quite a few trading opportunities around. I did take one position and miss out one or two. So definitely you see this kind of the spring trade, spring again. This is the rejection out from this resistance level. But anyway, day is still young, and I think the volatility is still going to stay for at least until the US session, and also that will be very active and also be very volatile as well. So still plenty of the trading opportunities around, so we just need to be patiently to just trade at the right levels, at the key levels. So far for my trading plan for the session later or even currently, whenever there's a chance, then the levels that I'm watching still, that's 33.20, so that's a good level to watch. Definitely you can see yesterday have a trade right there that's based on the level as well, breakout, reversal, continuation, and also this 10 a.m. bar actually has a long demand tail, actually also tested the level 33.20, and subsequently last hour we also see this kind of the long demand tail tested at 33.20. So I will just watch this level closely to see whether there is some kind of the good reversal type of the trade out from this 33.20 level in my trading time frame, which is a 3 minutes time frame. And otherwise, another levels that I'm watching is definitely the 3400 level. So you can see there were 2 hourly bar actually reacting from that level. So that will be this 3400 level. That's based on quite a few touches. And definitely I think here, this level, I think that could correspond to maybe 3420 as well. So this type of the swing high definitely is one of the levels that I am watching as well. So if there's some rejection, keep going up, and then somewhere around 34 to 34.20 is the level or zone that we need to pay attention to see some kind of the rejection to initiate the short entry. Otherwise, the long entry will be somewhere near the support at 33.20. Alright. This is the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. So if you'd love to learn more on how to increase your winning rate, definitely check out the video that showed on the screen right now. And also do remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel so that you get instant notification of my future video ideas. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you soon.